What's going on? Welcome back to Trending Stocks. Today we're going to talk to you about the top 5 most heavily shorted stocks in the market right now leading into this upcoming week. So I'm going to go over all the things that you need to know, but first make sure to hit that thumbs up and subscribe. And with that said, let's get right to it. So starting off with data points and some potential causes for a squeeze, you do have a couple of Fed speakers throughout the week. Monday is a holiday on a side note. But you do have at the same time GDP on Thursday, PCE on Friday. Based on what the Feds previously stated, those are two very big indicators that could have at least have the market interpreting that there might be cuts sooner rather than later, which in my opinion would really drive the market higher. So that would be one very big cause for a squeeze. And then at the same time, the fear and greed index is neutral. So it kind of got hit a little bit from this last week. So this last week it was at 64, so under the greed category. Currently 53. So again, that could really somewhat help the market. It's not in full fear mode once again. So I think there is still a good level of greed in the market right now. And then for companies unveiling their earnings, nothing really that's going to disrupt the broader market. A couple Canadian banks, you do have Canopy Growth, Costco, but still nothing really crazy. So this is good to know. A lot of good companies to potentially trade, but nothing that's going to disrupt the broader market. But without further ado, let's get right to it. Stock number 5 is Bowlero, ticker's BOWL. Over this last 1 year, it is finally green, so 0.33%. In 2024, it is down 14.27%, and on Friday, it did go up 2.62%. This is what they do. I'm sure a lot of people already know this. This is a very popular retail-driven stock. So again, just pause it and read through that. But it is on this list because of the short interest percentage. And right now, 72.18% of the free float is being shorted. Utilization is 95.08. Short score is an 89.55. So under the short score, so the higher the number, the higher the likelihood of a squeeze happening. So something to kind of keep in mind. 72,000 shares were increased on Friday, and 15.01 million shares overall are being shorted. And one thing to note, you always want to look at this number right here. So the higher the number, the more comfortable shorts are. So typically, on average, shorts maintain their position for 18.09 days, which is very long. It goes to show that they're not really scalping. So if there is a good macro event, this is where you'll see shorts typically return their shares. So moving on to stock number 4, you do have Tantech Holdings. I've never really heard of this company before, but ticker TANH. And on Friday, it did go down 1.54% over this last 1 year, down 74.09. And just looking at 2024, down 46.23. This is what they do. So commodity chemicals based out of China. Seasonality, May seems to be a fairly good month, as well as June. So again, if you're looking at trading it, might potentially help, but then again, it's on this list because of the short interest, not because of the fundamental business. You guys do your own due diligence at the end of the day. Even if you do look at what has happened in 2024, it's had a couple of spikes, so it has proven itself that it can actually go up. So that's somewhat of a positive, if that makes sense. And just for full transparency, I have ensured that all companies have not done a recent reverse stock split, because by companies doing a recent reverse stock split, it does skew Ortex's numbers for a good about 2 weeks. So obviously, if a company has done a reverse stock split, it is not on this list. This is what Tantech has done, so in February and November of 2022. So nothing really recent. On a side note though, if you're looking to be a better investor, take a look at Seeking Alpha Premium for all of this good information, such as recent PR, SEC filings, fireside chats, earnings. Has absolutely everything that you ever need to know about any company to make yourself, once again, more sound decisions and a better investor. So take advantage of Seeking Alpha Premium 7-day free trial in the link in the description below and also the comments. But so definitely recommend this. But this company right here, 75.08% of the free float is being shorted. 877,000 shares overall are being shorted. Utilization is 99.99. Shorts did return about 64,000 shares on Friday, and then cost to borrow average is 125.35%. So as backwards as this is, This is literally what the market is looking for. The market absolutely seems to love Chinese stocks as well as low floaters such as this, and also heavily shorted. So you know what, this does actually meet the criteria. So even though it is stock number 5, this could have a very nice squeeze. And then again, if you kind of think about it, 75% is very, very high as well. So something to consider. Moving on to stock number 3. So that is Arca Biopharma, if I'm saying that right, tickers ABIO. In this last 1 year, it is up 60.66%. In 2024, it is up 99.41 and up 3.99% on Friday alone. This is what they do. So biotech based out of Westminster in the States, but 86.51% of the free float is being shorted. 4.26 million shares overall are being shorted. Shorts increased about 15,000 shares on Friday, and then 87.82% is that cost to borrow average, and utilization is 97.24. So you know what, even though I don't really know much about this company, just looking at the stock performance and what shorts are doing, like any company to hold its gains when 86% of their free float is being shorted, I have to give them a round of applause on that. So you know what, this one definitely is one that you need to add to your watch list. So this is stock number 3. Moving on to stock number 2. So SunPower Corp, tickers SPWR. Friday went up 5.04%. Over this last 1 year, down 71.68, and in so far 2024, 39.54. It did participate in that squeeze that happened roughly about 2 weeks ago. So again, it kind of shows that it can go up. And similar to Bowlero, this is a very popular retail driven stock. So I'm sure a lot of people already know what they do and everything, but you can always pause that and read through that. 90.04% of the free float is being shorted. That works out to be 40.62 million shares. 243,000 shares were returned on Friday. Utilization 84.69, and then cost to borrow average is 7.42%. Short score is rather low, and that is because of the cost to borrow being relatively low, so 79.81. One thing as well I just wanted to draw your attention to, shares on loan, 64.14 million. So 40 million shares are being shorted right now, just to keep this number in mind. So 64 million. If we go over here, the free float is only 45 million. So a very, very clear indication that there is naked shorting. And clearly the market just doesn't seem to care, or the SEC more specifically. So kind of interesting stuff when it comes down to this. So this is stock number 2. And then stock number 1 is this. So Inspire, blah, 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 IVP. On Friday, it went up 6.51%. Over this last, in 2024, down 92.43%. And the reason why I'm looking at the 2024 versus this is because it hasn't been trading a year. So kind of crazy to think that it's already down this much, but it is heavily shorted. This is what they do. So healthcare facilities based out of Virginia Beach. So it sounds like a nice place. I've never been there, but still moving on, 92.15% of the free float is being shorted. So kind of crazy stuff for that. 745,000 shares are overall being shorted. So this once again kind of meets that criteria. A low floater that's being massively overdone for shorts. Cost to borrow average though is 341.69%. Just on a side note though, shorts, the cost to borrow, that is a annual rate. So it's not like they're getting charged 341% every single day. It is just obviously an annual rate. But on a side note, as I mentioned at the very beginning, definitely pay attention to this right here. So it does look like shorts typically just swing trade this. They don't actually get in and are trying to bring this company down. They're just swing trading based on volatility and everything like that. So you know what, especially with good macro events, this is where you could see this stock go up quite considerably. So something to just be aware of. Utilization is 99.28%, and then short score 81.35%. So let me know your thoughts on these top 5 stocks. Which ones are floating your boat? Are you more interested, for instance, in other stocks such as GME, which was kind of squeezing after hours on Friday, which was very abnormal? so up 13%. And then I don't think anything happened with AMC, for instance. So AMC went up 1% after hours on Friday, and then Faraday seems to be losing a little bit of steam, so it was similarly up 1% as well. So let me know your thoughts. What other stocks are you kind of floating your boat that you're watching? One final thing I just wanted to share with you: take advantage of this promo. Simply sign up for a new account, throw $100 at it, and they give you 7 fractional shares of the Mag 7. So a pretty kick-ass deal. Link in the description below and also the comments. With all that said, appreciate all of you watching.